Hey everyone, good morning and happy Thanksgiving for those of us in the US who are celebrating. It's Brenda Meller bringing you a solo edition of Social Media Pie. And I'm online today for a very special reason. You guys know what? Look at this. And I pulled this up in my screen mode here so you can see this. I was watching this number. I've been watching it. I can't get my finger exactly pointing on, but I've been watching this number. And I pay attention to my follower count over time, but I've been watching it day by day and seeing it creep closer and closer. This is a pretty significant number, I think, right? So I've been watching the follower count just to kind of pay attention to what's been happening in my follower growth. And I noticed I was getting really close to the 50,000 mark. And over the past couple of days, I was like watching and waiting to see if and when that would cross over. And I said, hey, when I go to 50,000, I'm going to go live. Or when I just get ready to go to 50,000, I'm going to go live. So we can go to 50,000 together. But as luck would have it, I think last night when I went to bed, it was 49,978 or something. And then when I woke up this morning, it was at 50,004, I think the number was. So we could kind of retrofit this together. 6 of you could like unfollow me and then follow back again. And we could celebrate together. But I just thought it was a fun accomplishment and I wanted to go on live today. So you're probably watching me and some of you are going, is she sick? Is something wrong with her? No, I just haven't put my hair and makeup up. And I think it's okay to do that sometime. We want to show people a little bit kind of behind the scenes, pulling that curtain back, right? Showing people who we are in our natural habitat, so to speak. I'm a real person. I don't always wear makeup. I usually get myself gussied up before I go live. But hey, a natural smile is in effect some makeup for you, right? So if you can have that positive attitude, I think sometimes that's just as good as doing all the fancy hair and makeup. So I want to say good morning and welcome to anyone who is watching. I'm here today just to go live, and I was not planning this live stream up until about 2 days ago when I noticed my follower count was kind of creeping up. So I have my screen up here just to kind of show you guys. I've just crossed over 50,000 followers on LinkedIn. And I want to say thank you all so much for your support. You can't fake followers. I mean, I guess you could create fake LinkedIn accounts and things like that, but why would you? Why would you go through that effort? For me, I'm always focused on putting out relevant content for my ideal target audience. That's one of my keys to success on LinkedIn, is always trying to think about my audience and what is relevant for them, what's going to help them on this amazing platform. So over time, I've been creating a LinkedIn Rockstars list, and I've also been just, trying to really focus on who am I as a person? What is the content I want to focus on delivering? And then when I put it out, is it resonating with people? That's a really important thing. I see you guys are starting to add comments, and that's awesome. I want to put a little reminder in my ticker here. Normally I have like somebody I'm hosting, so I'm trying to keep things flowing with them. But let me just put the little ticker below here, just to remind you guys, if you're watching, you can comment below. Come on and join the conversation. And hey, maybe I'll invite somebody to join the show with me if you're interested too. So let's see who's watching. And then I'm going to get into a little bit of a conversation about what you need to do to make sure that you're putting out relevant content on social media as well. And we'll talk a little bit about this milestone achievement. So we've got folks watching from all around the world here today. So let me know where you're watching from. Vijay, thank you for being the first person to comment here today. Jack, nice to see your name on live. Christopher Johnson. Christopher and I were just in a group check-in call. We meet in a 6:30 a.m. accountability group Monday through Friday. We've taken off today and tomorrow for the holiday, but we did a 10 o'clock check-in call this morning. I was going to go and, get gussied up, so to speak, for the call, Christopher, but I decided not to. I'm like, I'm just going to go live and people can see Brenda Meller raw, right, behind the scenes. Hey, guys, a very special celebrity appearance today. This is a very special day because my husband, Chris Meller, is actually watching me. He doesn't usually do that. He, I think because we're in the same household and he hears my voice all the time, I think the last thing he wants to do is go online and listen to me more, because he can literally just pop in the room anytime and hear me, right? So thank you, Chris Meller, for supporting me, for giving me a last name that has a nice, what is that? Not an alliteration. When you start words with the same letter, if you guys know what I'm talking about, put that in comments. But Meller Marketing, because before I was a Meller, I was a Zawacki. and Zawacki marketing would not flow, wouldn't have, it's not the alliteration. Is it alliteration? I don't know. But Meller marketing, he gave me the M for Meller in Meller marketing. So thank you so much, Chris, for watching and for supporting me. Chris posted yesterday on LinkedIn. I was shocked. He told me, and I went and commented on him. So check that out on LinkedIn. Rachel Simon, one of my fellow LinkedIn rock stars. Thanks so much for watching, Rachel. Hope you're having a great Thanksgiving. And hey guys, if you're celebrating Thanksgiving today, tell me what kind of pie you're going to be enjoying at dinner tonight, if you know what kind of pie will be at the table. You all know I'm a big pie lover, so I'm curious what everyone will be eating today. This is like the national holiday. And speaking of, I put together, let me show you. Sometimes I step away from camera, right? So I put together this little letter board. I'm going to show you some of the Meller marketing behind the scenes stuff today. This is a little letter board that I purchased at, I want to say Five Below. And literally it's just the little pull out letter things, and you get a whole collection of letters. And let me show you what I have here. So when I first got it, I gave my daughter, who's one of the unpaid Meller marketing interns, the task of breaking all the letters apart, and they're just in this little bin right here. So what I do is maybe once or twice a month right now, I'll go through and I'll think of what I want to put on my letter board, and then I put it on my letter board. And what you may, if you watch my show, you may notice I do things strategically behind me. So you can see like right over my shoulder, where's it at? Right there. See how I've got a power outlet? So what I do with this, I have a little nail right above my power outlet, and I put the letterboard on there thusly so as to hide it, right? So I'm kind of dual purposing there. And the other pie thing I have to show you guys today in celebration of Thanksgiving, it says homemade fresh baked pies. This will be on the cover of my book with me, a photo of me. And this is something back in the pre-COVID days when I went to conferences and events, I would give away a pie, like a real pie, usually Grand Traverse pie, but sometimes Myers or other places too. Never things that I would bake, because I'm like into the store-bought that stuff. But I would pass the pie tin around, and I would say, drop your card or name in the tin, and I'll pull a name and give away a pie. So that's who would win the pie. So that's a little bit of pie for me for Thanksgiving that I want to share with you guys. I'm gonna give some other shout outs. Hey, Cynthia, I see you watching here today. Thanks so much for joining. Lisa, hey, isn't it fun? It's, there's a lot of negativity, and there's a lot of things that have been really hard to deal with this year. So when we can grab on something that is a positive thing to celebrate, why not celebrate it, right? And give people a little bit of joy too, right? And I always like to celebrate with other people. And that's one of the reasons I like pie. You don't just enjoy it by yourself, you enjoy it with other people. So that's a little bit about me. Hey, G is watching here today. Even more delicious is yummy pumpkin pie. Pumpkin is probably, I don't want to say one of my favorites. They're all kind of favorite in my own special way. But yeah, pumpkin pie and celebrating a 50,000 follower count is very exciting too. Let me just refresh the screen here. Now what I've done is in StreamYard, I'm sharing my screen in LinkedIn. I had to pull it really, really large so you guys could see the follower count on here. And I've kind of been refreshing and watching this a long way. Hey, I'm down to 50,002. So could I ask for a favor? If you're following me on LinkedIn right now, go and unfollow me. So the way that you would do this, let me just show you. I'm actually going to go on Jihan's profile to show you guys this as an example. And then we'll come back in and we will cross over to 50,000 together. Wouldn't that be funny? So I'm going to go on Jihan's profile right now. I'm just going to show you guys how to do this. So if you wanted to unfollow someone like me, and I want you to do this intentionally and then come back in and follow me, go to their profile. Let me just make sure this is showing. Go to their profile and click on the More button. Okay, so when you click on the More button, you're going to see a bunch of options underneath there, one of which is unfollow. Okay, so if you could unfollow me right now, and then we're going to get me to under 50,000, and then we're going to refollow, and we're going to see who's follower number 50,000. Bonus today here, guys. If you are follower number 50,000, you're going to get a free copy of my book. My book, Social Media Pie, which is a LinkedIn strategy book, is going to be published and ready for sale in December. I'm hoping middle of the month. It might be the last few weeks, kind of waiting on timing. But if you are follower number 50,000, you're going to get a free copy of my book. Okay, so that's how you unfollow someone. So let's go back to my profile now together. Come along with me. Come along with me, if you will. This is, remember Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood? He would say, let's go to the trolley and let's go take an adventure together. Do you guys want to follow along with me here? And we're going to see where we're at right now. Okay, so I'm at 50,002. Let me refresh my page. I need you guys to unfollow me if you're watching this right now, because person who refollows and is follower number 50,000 is going to get a free copy of my book, and you're going to help me to celebrate this achievement on screen. So I'm 50,001. Okay, I need one more person to do this. So if you're watching, I need you to go to my LinkedIn profile, unfollow me. So what you might want to do is, if you're watching this on your desktop, pull it up in your phone. Okay, if you're watching this on your phone, pull it up in your desktop, or pull up, and if you're watching on your laptop, pull open a second window and then go to my profile and unfollow me. Isn't this fun? 50,001. Come on, guys. There's got to be like 2 of you watching that can unfollow me that are following me right now. So again, to unfollow me, go to my profile. And let me think about if I think the process is the same from your phone. Let me go into my phone just to see this real quick here. I'm going to pull G's comment off while we're doing that. So I'm going to refollow you again too, G. So if you guys aren't aware of this, when you follow someone, when you connect with someone on LinkedIn, you automatically are following them. You can unfollow them by going to the profile, and I pulled up, this is Amanda Lewin, I'm not sure how to pronounce, I'm sorry, Amanda, but she is one of the heads of Bamboo Detroit. And I see when I go to her profile, and let me just show you this. When I first go to her profile, let me let this adjust for a second. I see the more button, okay? And then when I click on that more button, the menu of options comes up. Now I'm not gonna see the unfollow there automatically. I have to pull the menu up, and then I will see the unfollow. So at that point, I want you guys to click on unfollow and unfollow me. And then you're going to refollow me. So we're going to cross over to 50,000 together because it happened overnight. That's why I'm doing this. I wanted to celebrate with you guys, but the 50,000th follower happened overnight. And I really want to acknowledge it. All right, guys, this is it. Are you ready for this? Let me pull it up a little bit larger. Okay, so can you see this on screen right now? You can see this, right? Look at this, you guys, 49,999. Can you believe there's somebody who does LinkedIn for a living who's telling people to unfollow them? How crazy is that? Crazy brilliant though, right? All right, guys, so this is what we're gonna do right now. I wanna show you, this is how I can look and see who my followers are. If you're not aware of this process, this is how I look it up. And I think I'm actually gonna pull this in large screen mode. Let's see, can I do this? Oh, good, I can do it a little bit larger so I can make myself smaller, cool. Thank you, StreamYard, for all these great features. So let's see. So this is what I do to see who is my who are my followers. So I click on my network, and then I click on people I follow. So my network is in the top and your laptop or your desktop, and then people I follow is in that side menu bar. On the top where it says follow fresh perspectives, and then next to it, it says I'm following 19,461 people, and then I have 49,994. So the follower count's actually a little behind. So these are people who most recently followed me. Okay, so I'm just going to jot down Ryan Ramadi was, I'm going to call him follower number 49,994. And then I'm just going to jot down the next couple people. So now I want you guys to go back onto my profile and follow me. This is a little bit of a, it's not quite a lottery, but it's a little bit like that because you're not going to know who's following because I'm not going to click on refresh. But I want you guys to go back on my profile and follow me now. Okay. So again, the process here is a little bit easier because my default button is follow. So go to my profile, click on follow if you're seeing it. If you are already connected with me, what I want you to do is go on my profile, click on the more button, and then click on follow. Okay. So let's do that right now. So I'm just writing down Ryan is, I'm going to call him follower number 49,994. Okay. So as I refresh this, I'm just going to jot in, you know, who each of the people after him are. Okay. I'm refreshing my page. Okay. So still at 49,994. So again, go back to my profile, follow me right now. Okay. We're going to do a little drawing. Follower number 50,000 is going to get a free copy of my book. So the process to follow me, if you are already connected with me, go to my profile, click on the more button. Underneath the more button, you're going to see a link that will say follow. Okay. And I think we've got about a 30-second delay from the time I say this to the time that you guys do the action, and then I have to refresh my page. So it might take us about a minute or two to go through this. So while we're waiting for that, I want to see who else is watching and give you guys some shout outs here. This one says LinkedIn user. If this is you, go back into your comments and say this is, and put your name, like this is Diane or whoever this is. because what's happening right here, guys, when I see like this LinkedIn user and this gray avatar, that usually means you are either set, your profile's not set to public, or you might have something in your settings that is not allowing external applications to read your profile. Okay, so there's two things that might be happening there causing that. But thank you, LinkedIn user, for watching here today. Thank you, Chris Miller. Wow, he was still watching. I can't actually believe this. I thought he was doing the pity watch, you know, where you go online and you watch for a couple of seconds because they're your friend and then you leave. But it looks like he's actually still watching. So we'll see. I'll hear him in about 30 seconds in the other room going, hey, or something like that if he's still watching, right? Lisa, you look amazing. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate that. Hey, Kelly. Hey, it's okay to be out on TV and on video without makeup, right? It's okay to do that. Cynthia, thank you for all that you do, and thank you for your support. You've been a wonderful inspiration within the job seeker community, and really nice to see your name this morning. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Samuel, hey, sir, how you doing today? Thanks for watching. Another LinkedIn user. So there's somebody else who said, congratulations, well-deserved. Drop your name in the comments below because I can't see who you are. Teresa, hey, Teresa, how are you? How are you today? Happy Thanksgiving to you. You know, who needs makeup? Authenticity. Hashtag authenticity. Absolutely, all the way. 100K right around the corner. Look at this. Chris Meller with all the support he's laying on me today. I do appreciate that, Chris Meller. I'm curious if Chris Meller will be posting again in the month of November on LinkedIn. He lives with a LinkedIn coach. That's what I tell him. I said, do you realize you live with a LinkedIn coach? You need to be posting more often on LinkedIn. But, you know, he sometimes listens to me. All right, to refollow, you need to go to my profile, click on the more button, and you should be able to refollow. I see a lot of people saying, how do I refollow? So try that. Let me know if it works. I'm going to go into comments in a second, go back into my LinkedIn in a second, and I'm going to show you guys where I am with the follower count. Let's see. People are now dropping their pies in here. Oh, I lost my comments. Here we go. Okay. So we got Kay Benton, who says, thanks, LinkedIn user. Another person, can't see your name on here. Corey Edward. Hey, Corey, how you doing? Thanks for watching. Jim watching on Facebook. He's got some celebratory champagne, it looks like. Does anybody watch, what's that show? I don't know if I can say it because I think it might get banned on YouTube. SCHITTS Creek, where they have the champagne and they call it, is it champagne? It's like a different word. It's not real champagne. Funny show. I'm in season 6 right now, and then I'm going to be starting to watch The Crown again after I finish that. That's cool. Hey, Deanna, thanks for watching. Good morning. How are you? And the pie selection for the day. So at the Meller household, we will be having an apple pie for today. I'm actually picking up a meal from, where's it at? Thank you. Bob Evans, picking up a meal from Bob Evans today. And a little bit of a backstory on this for those of you who are still thinking about celebrating Thanksgiving with your families. My son and I were in the car a couple of weeks ago with a friend of his. We were driving him to work. They were unmasked in the backseat, really didn't think too much about it. We do this. We let our guard down a little bit sometimes with people that are around, right? And about a week or so, not even quite a week after that, his friend and his family came down with COVID. My son and I went and got tested. We were tested for COVID, and I was positive. My son was negative. I did not have any symptoms. I've been quarantining away from my family for the past 2 weeks. Yesterday, I came off my 14-day quarantine, no symptoms. I'm lucky, I'm blessed. But my family was all tested. They were all negative, but I had to stay away from them. No hugs, no kisses. My husband was sleeping in a different room. Thank you, sweetie, for doing that, by the way. He got to sleep in the bed again last night, which was good. I slept with my daughter in the living room. We were spending a little bit of time together. But I'm sharing this with you because there may be people that you know, family and friends, that you are inviting over for Thanksgiving at your table that have COVID and do not have symptoms, like me. You could be inviting me into your household when I had been diagnosed as positive. And for me, I'm so lucky I didn't spread it to anybody in my immediate family. But we got to the point where I was thinking about making dinner and going grocery shopping and being out in public again. And it would have been within that 14-day time period. And I said, nope, I'm not going grocery shopping. I'm not putting anybody else at risk. So I started asking around. I said, who's doing dinners on Thanksgiving? Where can I order a dinner from? I was trying to find a local Fraser business to give my business to on Thanksgiving Day. And we ended up finding Bob Evans. The other ones were orders were pre-closed on like Saturday or Sunday. So we're ordering in Bob Evans, Christopher. We have an apple pie. I think we've got turkey, mashed potatoes, mac and cheese, dinner rolls, and then there's green beans with ham. And I think I've got a can of cranberry in the cupboard. That's the one thing I do miss. I like fresh cranberry with put some cinnamon sticks and orange slices in there, a little cranberry on the side. My husband likes the cranberry log, so we're gonna have that today. So that'll be all good. What is LinkedIn? Christopher Meller. Hey guys, tell Christopher what is LinkedIn. He's my husband. He's being a little sarcastic, but tell him what is LinkedIn. Maybe he'll read your comments and maybe he will pay attention to getting on the network a little bit more often. Someone watching from Richmond, Virginia. Thanks so much. Cynthia's watching from Ohio. G's watching from Texas. No snow, but there was some in Michigan. It's gone now. I think it was out there. It rained yesterday, so I think everything melted. Thank you, Deanna. Nice to see you. I'm a little behind in comments. It's showing 10:39, so I'm about 20 minutes behind in comments. So let me just go through here. Hey, Amy, how are you? Nice to see you. Miss Suchi watching. Hey, how you doing? Tad says it is alliteration. So earlier I was talking about Meller marketing. Thank you, Sweta. Looking beautiful without makeup. Gutsy move, right? It's a little daring to go out. Look at this without makeup on in a video. It's kind of nice that I'm in the smaller frame because I don't feel like the video is quite as large. Hey, Shar, nice to see you today. Thanks for watching. Let me just scroll through and see who else is watching and then see what kind of pies you're eating. Todd is eating pecan and key lime pie. Deanna, cheesecake is perfectly fine. Cheesecake is actually a pie. Did you know that? Because it's in a pie shape and you slice it. It's just a cheesecake type of a pie, right? So that makes you think about these things differently. Maybe it's a rectangular, but it's still a slice, so I count it as pie. If Tina Marie Wallfield was watching, she would say cheesecake is better than pie, and I wouldn't argue her. I think they're equally as good. All right, so I'm so glad that all of you are online. I'm just going to click through your comments real quick here, just so you can see your names up on screen. It's a little bit like when you're watching, is it Good Morning America, when they hold the sign in the background saying, hi, mom, you know, happy birthday, that kind of thing. So it's kind of fun to see. Gee, I think if I did unfollow you, I'm going to refollow you. So Greg and a couple folks saying it's not letting me refollow. Go back to my more button. Let me know if it's working. So Kenneth is saying you followed me back. Awesome, Jeff. Hey, Jeff, how you doing today? Happy Thanksgiving, my friend. Namaste. I always think of you, Jeff, whenever I'm doing yoga now, and we say that at the end. Thank you. Not giving me the follow option at all. It's not when you try to refollow. You can interject.
So I tried to.
Come on in. Christopher Meller in his bathrobe is coming in.
Right.
Wait, let's pull him up in a larger screen.
Right, okay, yeah.
Let me take this off. Okay, so what's happening?
It's my birthday gift from my mom.
Okay.
So I
Show me on your phone. Do you have your phone? Go into the LinkedIn app.
But I fixed it though. So no, let me explain.
Do you see what's happening right in here? He's trying to train me on LinkedIn, you
guys.
Okay, go ahead.
So I unfollowed you,
yeah.
Okay? It would not let me follow you back until I unconnected with you. And then it asked me if I wanted to follow you so I'm not connected with you right now, but I'm following you.
But can you reconnect with me?
I'd have to send you
a connection request.
Yeah. But no, I'm just telling you, that's what it came up for me. So I had to do that. So right. I'm sorry I interjected on this live.
Don't you guys love his robe? Doesn't that look comfy?
It is. I'm very hot right now, actually.
Where's that from? QVC or
that's Amazon, of course. Yeah. So
like
that's the issue I had.
I'm just surprised I kept you on video as long as like normally you give me the pity follow.
No, I've been watching the whole time.
All right,
but no, that's the issue I was having. Maybe they're having the same issue.
Okay, so if you guys are having the same issue, comment below if you can. Let's see. Michael, hey Michael, how are you doing today? So Jeff is saying if someone is already connected, they are already following you. Very true. I want to figure out if the Chris Meller, what is it? Philosophy of following or what is that? What did they say? I can't think of the word right now. But anyways, he's saying when you unfollow, you can't refollow unless you disconnect. His theory. I don't know if his theory is holding true because I can't do this right now. So I do see a couple people saying can't refollow. So here's Sweta, another expert here, is saying log out to refollow. You can't click on more. There's no follow button. It would be under activity on mobile. So let's try that out. Carolyn's enjoying blueberry and pumpkin pie. We'll be thinking of you when you dive in. Hey, if you're friends with me on Facebook, send me a picture of you enjoying your pie or send me a picture of you and your pie on Thanksgiving. I would love to see all of the pies today. Pie's kind of my thing, you guys. All right, so let's see. Todd is saying same issue as Chris. So you might be right, my love.
Hey, that would be a first.
That would be a first. All right, so let's do this. Are you guys ready? This will be exciting. All right, so if you joined earlier, you know that I'm coming on live today without hair and makeup done to celebrate 50,000 followers. And when I came into LinkedIn this morning, it was at 50,004, and I think it was up to 50,006. So I asked you guys, some of you to unfollow me and now to go back and refollow me. Okay. I need like a drum roll. Can you do a drum roll in the other room for me? He's doing a drum roll. You can't tell because it's pretty far away, but let's refresh. Oh, 49,993. We're not over there. So now you guys need to help me to get to 50,000. So try to log out of your LinkedIn on your phone, log back in, see if you can go under the more button and hit refollow again. I'm not sure if by unfollowing, this is something new. I always like doing these things too because it's a little bit of an experiment. When you unfollow someone, can you go back and refollow them again? So let me try this. I think, Jihan, I think I unfollowed you on desktop. So let me try to troubleshoot this from my desktop to see if I can do this. So I'm going under more button. I'm going to click on unfollow. I know that I am unfollowed because I see it says unfollowed on my screen. Are you guys seeing that? I think you're seeing that. So let me refresh my page. So I'm going to refresh just by clicking on the address bar and clicking on her name. Or you can also click on, in the address bar, there's this little arrow that's kind of circular with a, arrow with a pointing arrow on it. Flip on that, and that should refresh your page. And now I am not seeing a follow button again. So this is surprising. This is something new for me. G, if you're still watching, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to remove you as a connection. Okay. G, I need you to watch for this because I'm going to now look when I disconnected from you, Jihan, I can now see the follow button. So I'm going to click on the follow button first, and then I'm going to go on the more button next, and I'm going to click on connect, and I'm going to say, hi, G. Thanks for watching me live on Thanksgiving Day. Let's connect on LinkedIn. My daughter's in the room. I don't know if she wants to come on camera. Do you want to come on camera and say hi to people?
Yeah, Dad's on the come.
You want to come say hi real quick?
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't walk.
You can come over if you want. All right, so this is my daughter Charlotte. Let me go my camera a little bit smaller. You want to wave and say hi?
Hello.
Yeah, look at the camera right here. So wave at the
Hello.
people. Okay. And she's got a t-shirt on that says AOTEAROA, New Zealand. Her cousin Megan and Adam travel around the world, and they sent her this t-shirt when they were in New Zealand. So if anybody watching from New Zealand, hey, a little shout out to you guys on our t-shirt here today. Okay, so I'm doing my follower thing today.
I know.
I'm celebrating it. So fun times. All right, so let's pull this back up on screen again. So I just showed you guys the process by which I was reconnecting to Jihan on LinkedIn. So we did learn a little something here. If you unfollow someone, it looks like you can't immediately refollow them back by going back to that button. You have to disconnect. Then the follow button should appear in Jihan's case, or you can reconnect and you should be able to follow them back. And again, Sweta summarized it. Log out and log back in and go to activity to follow. It is not on the more button. All right, so hopefully that helps you guys out. Now we're going to have to redo this process again. So come along with me and watch me through this process. We're going to reveal follower number 50,000 who gets a free copy of my book, Social Media Pie. It's a LinkedIn strategy book. Will be out in December. All right, so I'm going to refresh my page. Actually, I need to go back to my LinkedIn home, and then I'm going to click on my network. I'm going to show you guys, this is the way that you look up to see who is following you. So click on my network, and look at Chris Meller with the inappropriate invitation. He's my husband, so he's being funny. I think we may have met at an event and I was watching you. Are you married? How inappropriate. Now, normally, if I got an invitation like this from some other person on LinkedIn, I would say LinkedIn is not eHarmony. So there's a blog that I wrote, and I would send this blog to the gentleman who messaged this to me. So I might, in this case, just to demonstrate this with Chris, I am indeed married. And then I'm going to say, you may want to, or I might say, you may find this helpful. You might find this helpful. And I'm going to message him this link. Now, I may not do this with the average person, but with Chris Meller, who's my husband, I'm going to demonstrate this to him. And I actually wrote this blog a while back, you guys. LinkedIn is not eHarmony. And how do we as women respond to the unprofessional message? And if you read through it, I kind of talk about, some of these comments I have received. I'm sure there's other ladies watching today who have received similar things. Let's connect on LinkedIn. You have a pretty smile. Sounds pretty harmless, right? But would you send that to a gentleman on LinkedIn if you're a man, right? You would not comment on a smile for a man. So that is crossing the line. It's creating a little bit of weirdness. So do you like wine? Why would you ask that on LinkedIn? You're beautiful. I'd love to meet you for coffee or dinner sometimes. These are all actual things I've received on LinkedIn. I'm not making any of these things up. Some I've seen from other people, and I've asked them for permission. Wow, you are gorgeous. You're gorgeous. And I have seriously had this one. I don't even care if it's inappropriate to tell you this. Wow. Well, what I do when I get these responses is sometimes I will reply, but usually I report and block the people. This guy literally said, I don't even care. I don't care that I'm disappointing you with this confession. I'm retired and LinkedIn is a hobby. So the last one was kicker too. What kind of connection? And he literally used air quotes. What kind of connection did you want to discuss? I was like, wow, buddy. So it propelled me into creating this blog, and this blog talks about what do you do when you receive those messages. So a little bit of a diversion there. So we're looking at my follower count. I'm adding a little bit of time because I'm trying to vamp and get to this point. So I clicked on my network at the top. Need to accept Chris Miller's invitation. Had to do Chris's method. Hey, Scott, thanks for watching. So let me re-accept you in there. So now I'm going to go to connections. Okay. When I click on connections, oops, wrong one. Let me click on my network again, and I click on people I follow. Okay. So when I click on people I follow, it's going to reveal at the top how many people I am following, which is 19,459. And then it shows me who are my followers on LinkedIn. Right now I have 49,993. So I'm trying to get to 50,000, and that person gets a free copy of my book. So what I'm going to have to do is renumber this because it looks like a few of you fell off of the list here. So Rahendra is number 93. Okay. And I need to keep refreshing this page until we get to 50,000. I'm going to keep going live until this happens, you guys. I don't have to pick up our dinner until the afternoon. So I got a couple more minutes to do this. While we're waiting for you guys to refollow, let's go back and see the comments that are coming in here. Michael, hey, Michael, how you doing today, sir? Happy Thanksgiving to you. What kind of pie are you having? Talking about pie here today. Talking about pies and followers. Sent you a DM with a screenshot. Awesome. Let's go into my messages and see what Sweta sent me. So she sent me an attachment, and this is showing me, okay, so let me pull this on screen. Are you guys seeing this? You are. Okay, let me pull this a little bit larger. I don't know if it'll let me. I don't think it'll let me go larger because this is a screen capture. Let me unhide this and think about, I think I can pull this. That's the only way I can get it a little bit larger, which really doesn't help. So if you go onto mobile, what Sweta is saying is, let me go back to the messages here on LinkedIn, and I'm going to read her message in another window as I'm telling you guys this process. So she is saying if you log out, log back in, you go on mobile, you should see a follow button. So scroll down. If you're on my, go on my profile on the LinkedIn mobile on your phone, scroll down to my activity section, and you should see a little button that says follow next to it. So I'm holding up this button for Jihan. It says following. So I know that I am following her. Okay. So we're just trying to figure out how to get you guys back to followers because we're trying to reveal follower number 50,000 who gets a free copy of my book here today. And we're going to celebrate 50,000 followers together. But I need you guys to help me out with this. And we do that by, I think if you unfollowed me, you need to disconnect from me if you're connected with me. And then you should see the follow button. And then send me an invitation to reconnect if you wish to do so. Okay. So, gee, thank you so much. She is happy to accept my invite to connect. Very good. Sweta say you don't have to disconnect, just log out and go to activity. So that's what she's saying. Just log out and go to activity. You don't have to reconnect. Mark Halpert, how are you doing today, sir? I am so delighted to see you. Mark's another fellow LinkedIn rock star. Terry Bean. Terry's celebrating. Look at his photo. He's just celebrated his happy 50th birthday. 50 and fabulous, Terry. So you celebrated your 50. I celebrated. Today I'm celebrating my 50, my 50,000th follower on LinkedIn. So yeah, stop being creepballs on LinkedIn. Can you believe not hitting 50,000 and not eating pie? This is a big day. I'm going to eat pie and hit 50,000 followers today. So thank you so much. And if you guys are connected with Terry Bean, make sure that you wish him a happy birthday. If not, you could just in comments right now, wish him a happy 50th birthday. He just crossed over into 50, was it last week? I think November 18th, something like that. I think it's my same day as my niece's birthday. That's why I remember Terry. Jihan, thanks so much for the smile. Yeah, smiles can be everything in the world. I don't know if I know Michael Ray, but I'll look him up for sure. Michael is eating pumpkin pie today. All right, let's try this again. We're going to try and go back into followers. I want to see if we're getting to 50,000 followers yet. So for those who joined late, what happened is I was nearing my 50,000 follower mark on LinkedIn, was watching it pretty closely yesterday. And I said, once I hit 49,990, I'm going to go live so we can cross over the 50,000 threshold together. You guys can celebrate with me. And it was creeping. And I think it kind of stopped at 49,978 when I went to bed last night. And when I woke up this morning, it was at 50,006. So what I've asked you guys to do is to unfollow me and then refollow me. And the person who is follower number 50,000 gets a free copy of my book. So it's still dropping down. Don't unfollow me anymore. If you guys are watching, I need you to refollow me right now. If you go to mobile, go to look at my profile on mobile, scroll down on the section that says activity, and there should be a follow button next to it. Okay. We've got 8 people to go. I actually dropped one more the last time we did this. So I need you guys to go back and refollow me on LinkedIn so we can get to 50,000 followers together. All right, we're one up right now. We're moving in the right direction. I want to make sure you guys are seeing this. So I'm showing 49,993. Okay, so follower number 49,993 is Alia L. So thank you, Alia, for following me. I'm not sure if you're watching on LinkedIn Live right now, but she is follower number 49,993. I'm going to keep refreshing my page here every minute or so. And we're going to cross over. We're going to cross over that 50,000 together, and we're going to celebrate here together. All right. So let's see. Did I get all your other comments while we're waiting for this to come in? Log out, log back in, go to activity, follow. It's not on the more button. So it looks like Chris has figured that out. And it looks like Todd figured it out. Deanna says she was able to unfollow and follow again with no issue. So that's kind of an odd thing. And Deanna, the reason you're not seeing your name in the follow area here, I believe, is these are only people who are following me who are not yet connected with me, I believe. If anybody else who's a LinkedIn trainer or coach can verify that, please let me know. But I believe these are people who have followed me, but I'm not connected with. So one thing I could do right now, technically, is I could go into my network and any of the pending invitations, you guys, I could accept them. So I'm accepting Todd List, for example. I accepted his connection. Now, when I go back to people I follow and I click on the follower count, it should, and it takes about, I don't know, 10, 15, 30 seconds. I should refresh and it should show 49,994. Unless, Todd, you followed first and then you connected, which is what you might have done. So I technically, if I were to accept all 8 of these people, one of these people would be the book earner. Okay, so if you want to be the person who earns my book, you actually, so I know that you're follower number 50,000, you would have to disconnect from me as well. So if you want to do that, totally fine with it. Disconnect from me. And then, so you have to do this in this order. I think you would have to unfollow first. Then you'd have to disconnect from me on LinkedIn, okay? Give it about 30 seconds, refresh your page, go back to my profile, follow me. Then I believe you would appear in the follow list if you were trying to snag yourself a free book. I think that's the way that you would have to go through the process. So right now, it's only showing the followers in this list, I believe, if you are not connected with me on LinkedIn. So you would need to reconnect with me. Do any of my fellow LinkedIn trainers or coaches, can you verify that? It's not giving me the text anywhere. There's not like a little question mark button in here on LinkedIn saying, yeah, the people that are here are people that you're not connected with. But I think that's the case because I don't recognize any of these people as recent first level connections. And it does say people who have recently followed you, but this would not include people who have connected with me. So let's see if that is in fact the case. And let's see if anyone else commented on that while I did so. I'm always vamping a little bit on here, guys, because there's about a 30-second delay from the time I say things until the time you hear it, and then you have to leave a comment, so it's adding a little bit of time in there as well. Everyone wants to be follower number 50,000. Okay, so Jeff Young, thank you so much, sir. Jeff is mentioned in my book several times, Jeff, if you will. I publish in my book, it's in the end of the book, I have a list of the LinkedIn rock stars, the LinkedIn trainer edition. So you're given a nice shout out in there. And then I also have your Rockstar acronym in the book as well, Jeff. So I've given you credit for that as well. Okay. All right. So I think we're going to be rounding the corner on here pretty soon here, finishing this conversation off. So previously accepted. So I'm out of competition. I don't think you can do it, G. You'll have to buy the book, my friend. I'm sorry. I don't think you're going to be able to make it. I think because I used you as a test subject for this, I don't think it would work for you. But I think the others that are watching, if we haven't sent invites back and forth, I think you would be eligible to be follower number 50,000. So you need to disconnect from me. Okay. Disconnect from me, which will unfollow you. And then go back to my profile and follow me only. So we need to be disconnected and you need to be following me in order to get in here. I'm literally giving you all the rules to the selection of the winner here right now, guys. Thank you, Todd, for watching. Todd's going to get some pie ingredients here soon, so he's dropping off. I'm going to refresh the page. While we're waiting to get to 50,000, if you guys have any questions, drop them into chat. Or if you want, you could even drop them into messaging and I can pull up your messages in LinkedIn too. Okay. Jeff, let's see what you say, sir. Here, I think he even put the Rockstar acronym in here. So when I publish this list, it's LinkedIn Rockstars and it's the ROCKSTAR. Jeff has created a letter that goes along with every letter in the Rockstar acronym. So very cool. Very cool. Thank you, sir, for publishing that. I appreciate you putting it up on screen. I'm sorry, G, we weren't able to get you there, my friend. I know you had to, I think you say you have to drop off. I think my coffee cup is empty. All right. Well, while we're waiting, let me show you guys a couple other things here. Let's click on followers. Let's see where we're at. Refreshing, 49,984. I've got 6 people left to go, and then I'll drop off here. All right. So while we're waiting, I want to tell you guys a little bit more about me. So I love pie. You know that I love pie. I've got a book coming out. It's called Social Media Pie. It's a social media strategy book. I love coffee, and just about every one of my interviews, I've got a coffee cup. This one's a pink coffee mug. I love the little divots on the bottom, keep the water from kind of cooling off on it. This one's from IKEA. Nice white on the inside there. And I love coffee, pie, chocolate. I don't have chocolate around me here today. The other thing I love to do is jigsaw puzzles. And I recently finished off this puzzle, which looks like it would be an amazing puzzle, right? Was not amazing, my friends. 1,500 pieces. Look at this, 1,500 pieces. It looked like a really pretty puzzle when I bought this. The name of the company is, let me give them a little bit of a shout out. Buffalo is the name of the puzzle company. And I thought it would look really kind of pretty because it's got like almost like a rainbow effect in the background. But let me pull this up larger screen so you can see this here. The scene itself, it has a lot of very similar colors in it. Browns and tans, and then even the rainbow effect, if you look closely, I'm trying to see this on screen as I'm doing it, there's very similar colors on this side as there is on this side. 1,500 pieces. This was really, really hard. This was like watching a bad movie. I just wanted it to be over, but I had to watch the ending to see what happened. And the best feeling was like at the end when you get all the puzzle pieces together and you just rub your hands over it and just that feeling of accomplishment. So that one's done. Now I've got a couple work tasks I need to complete. When I do so, I am going to go and start my new puzzle. Ready for this? This is my next puzzle. This is a puzzle with pieces of buttons. What I love about this, another rainbow type of an effect, but this is going to be a lot easier because I can work in a color from top to bottom. I think it'll be very pleasing on the eyes. And I learned my lesson with the 1,500 puzzles. I now have a 1,000 puzzle piece puzzle. This one is... let's see, where's it say here? Oops, I think it's made in the USA. Look, that made in the USA here. And this one is from, what's the name of the company here? It's called Springbok Puzzles. It's on the back. So this is the company. Springbok Puzzles is the name of the company. 100% satisfaction guaranteed. So I will let them know if I'm indeed 100% satisfied once I complete my puzzle. But I'm going to reward myself, if you can believe that, once I get my work tasks completed this weekend by opening up the puzzle. I like to start with the edges and then I'll start to kind of tackle one color at a time. It's very just mindless activity, and it's something where you can't be doing anything on a device while you're doing it. So that's what's going to be happening at the Miller household in the Miller Marketing World headquarters this weekend. I've got a table behind me. That's where I put my puzzle, and that's where I'll be doing that. All right, that was our intermission, our puzzle intermission. Let's go back to LinkedIn, see what's happening here. I thought this was going to be a quick process today, but it turned out to be a little bit longer, and we learned some things along the way. So we've now got 49,995. So we're not quite there. We got about 5 people to go. And I'm vamping a little bit because I'd like to do this live. Paula says, wondering if you can see my name now. I did a small change in the settings. Yes, Paula. Paula, we certainly did do that. And thank you so much for helping to show people, because earlier, I think in the broadcast, we saw where it said LinkedIn user. Look at this. And earlier, it still says LinkedIn user in your photo above. So this one is now showing your name on here. Mark, great question. Favorite puzzle ever? Why and how long did it take you? I don't know if I have, if a favorite one comes to mind. There was one that I did. It was like chocolate. It was all kinds of like chocolate cake and chocolate bars and chocolate candies. And there was a bunch of different chocolates and things. So it was a lot of different similar color schemes, but they were all individual little pictures. My mouth is watering as I'm thinking about doing the puzzle. I think that for me is what makes a good puzzle. I don't mind the challenge of it. I don't mind doing a 1,500 puzzle, but I have to enjoy the process of putting it together. The 1,500 one I just showed you guys was too challenging in that it wasn't enjoyable putting it together, because you would get pieces that would look close together, but they were on the other side of the puzzle. So that to me is like, if I can kind of work in a task mode and do one section of the puzzle at a time, that's what makes it enjoyable to me. I think also having the picture, let me show you another one. I got a couple of these around the house. The ones, like the chocolate one, I bought it many years ago, and I think I did that maybe 2 or 3 times. I'll redo it every couple of years. And then I got to the point where I stopped wanting to do it because I'd done it so many times. This was another one. I think this may have been a Christmas present for my family for last year. So this is, let me show you on large screen mode here. Let me pull it up a little bit larger. I'm going to take your comment off, Mark. But this is a puzzle. This is from a company called, let's see if you can see it here. This is a 1,000-piece puzzle. The company is called White Mountain Puzzles. It is a Betty Crocker cookbook puzzle, a 1,000-piece puzzle. So maybe 1,000 is my sweet spot. But this one had all of these wonderful cookbooks. And they're like cookbooks from like, I don't know, like the 70s and 80s. I'm having a hard time seeing these on screen here. But it was just a lot of fun because look at, they're all individual little patterns. And you could pull out like this birdhouse thing right in the middle here. You could pull that pattern out and you could work on a section at a time. And then each little individual cookbook, it was kind of like recreating the story of that puzzle. There's the one with the carousel and the salads. So that to me made it enjoyable, having a little section to work on at a time. So that's what makes it favorite for me. Hey, does anyone want to join me on LinkedIn Live? Do you want to join me right now? Comment right now. We have to be connected. You'll have to message me on LinkedIn and say, I would like to join you. So you can either comment or you can message me and say, hey, I'll join you. And I will send you a StreamYard link. I'm only going to invite somebody that I know well because of the fact that we are going live on LinkedIn. And I want to make sure I know who's coming in the session with me. But happy to do that while we're waiting for this to come through. We're still at 49,995. I am not going to stay on here all day long, you guys. We're going to get there together. We're going to cross over to 50,000. Now it's actually an accomplishment. Whereas before it was going to be like unfollow, refollow. Now it's an actual accomplishment. And you've got Brenda without makeup here today. Brenda, Miller Marketing behind the scenes raw here today. So we're still waiting for follower number 50,000. You have to be unconnected from me in order to show in my follower list on here. So if you want to be eligible for this visibility for yourself and the chance at a free copy of my book for follower number 50,000, you have to disconnect from me and then make sure that you are following me. So you'd have to both disconnect and unfollow me. By disconnecting, you should be unfollowing me, I should say, and then go back to my profile and click on the follow button and you should be able to work there. All right, let's see. Paula says completed 6 puzzles since the pandemic, most 1,000 pieces and one 1,500. Did you have more of a challenge with the 1,500, Paula? I found like the pieces were a lot smaller, which I didn't mind that as much. It was more like the patterns, just the puzzle I was doing is the patterns weren't weren't as much of a process. It was more like, you know, you're testing different things going along. So that was a challenge for me. But I love puzzles because they just take your mind off of everything. You can't be doing electronics, and it's a little bit like, you know, going for a walk or being out in nature. It just clears your head a little bit on there. So glad that you like puzzles too, Paula. We both have something in common. There's a woman I started following recently on YouTube, and she teaches you jigsaw puzzle techniques, and she does like time lapse of her putting a puzzle together and how long, you know, it takes her, and it takes her like a day sometimes to put these together. Amazing. But I learned some techniques from her on there, so that was kind of fun. All right, does anybody want to join me in LinkedIn Live right now? If you're connected with me and you want to join me on the live, message me in chat, message me in LinkedIn, and I will send you the invite to. Did it go away? I hope it didn't go away. It might have started a new broadcast. I'm not sure. I refreshed my wrong page. I don't know what happened there. So let's see if it went away in the other page and maybe restarted another LinkedIn Live. This is a learning for me. So what happens when you start a live stream in LinkedIn is you're actually being hosted on the LinkedIn server. So I've told my guests if they happen to disconnect due to a Wi-Fi connection. No, it looks like I'm still on. Good. If they disconnect due to a Wi-Fi connection, I say just come back in. So in my case, I refreshed the wrong page. I meant to refresh LinkedIn, and instead I refreshed StreamYard. And it looked like I was gone, but I clicked when it came back in, I was still in the stream. So I'll have to watch in the playback and see what happened, if the screen went blank or what happened. I don't know. All right. Let's see here. Let's see. These comments are from earlier. Now, this is interesting. The last comments I'm seeing now are from Todd List at 11:02, which was like right when I almost started going live. And Jeff, thank you, is saying, this comment just came in. It's still counting, Brenda, now 51:30 on the screen. So let me pull this back up again. And let me do a share screen. It's fun doing this stuff behind the scenes, isn't it? Like seeing all this stuff. If I go into my Chrome tab, click on my profile, let's see, what will you talk about with Who Kind You? I don't know what you're talking about there. I'm sorry, my friend. Wrong page. So now you're seeing a screen share of me doing a screen share. Let me stop this again. Stop screen, share screen. I need to pull up Chrome tab for Brenda Muller on LinkedIn. I think I'm going to go to the feed here. I think this is the right one. All right, there we go. Let's pull this larger, making Brenda Muller smaller, which is great because Brenda Muller without hair and makeup done feels a little self-conscious right now. But we're all family here, right, guys? So you guys won't pass judgment on me, right? Sweta says screen went black for 5 seconds and it came back up. Got to run. Thank you for watching, Sweta. Appreciate your support. Hey, guys, we are at 49,987. Look at this. We are so close. 3 followers away. Awesome, awesome. I think, Mark, what you were saying is what will you talk about with if somebody reached out to me? I don't know. We'll talk about whatever you want to talk about. We can talk about Thanksgiving. We can talk about pie. We can talk about your love of puzzles. We can talk about your LinkedIn profile. We can talk about whatever you want. Kind goes live, bad typing. Who goes live with you? Yeah, so that's what we would talk about on live is, you know, we just have a conversation for a couple minutes. Let me refresh the page again because I'm hoping we can finish this off. We can get to the 50,000 together here today. 49,998, you guys. Look at this. We are so close right now. So follower number 49,998 is Harish Kusmar Yadiv, who's watching us here today. The person before was Jeanson Jacob. Diane Kostick was before then. So thank you and welcome to my recent followers. Hopefully you guys are catching the video here live too. I'm just going to try to refresh. I think this refreshes at about a 30-second rate. I don't think it goes automatically if I refresh. I don't think it automatically hits it because I've seen this happening before where I accept a new connection and the follower count doesn't change right away. It takes a little bit of time for it to do so. Okay. So refreshing my page, going back to followers. Let's see here. $49,998. We are almost there. We are this close. We're like literally 2 people away from this. All right. So while we're waiting for that, what else can we talk about? We talked about pie. We talked about puzzles. Talked about coffee. It's about 11:29. My stomach's kind of starting to grumble right now, so I'm going to go make breakfast in a little bit. We'll probably have some, maybe some scrambled eggs and maybe some avocado on the side. I like vegetables with my eggs in the morning. Mark, yes, if you want to help and be a part of this celebration, you would need to disconnect and then go back to my profile and click on follow. Do not reconnect with me. And then, Mark, you should appear in the follower list as well as in the follower count. I believe that's the way the process would happen. Okay. So go to my profile. If you want to be a part of this celebration, if you want to see your name on screen in the follower list that I'm showing right over here, next to Harish, Jensen, Diane, all the others that are in there, go to my profile. If we are already connected, go to my profile and disconnect from me. Okay. Then refresh your page, go back to my profile again, and you should see a follow button. Because when you disconnect from someone, you should automatically be unfollowing them as well. That should be happening. I am going to test this out with my friend Jeff Young, because Jeff, we're friends, and you know that I'm not going to snub you by disconnecting you. But I'm going to Jeff Young's profile right now on my phone. I'm going to show you guys this as I'm pulling this up. So I'm finding Jeff's Young profile. I'm going to show it to you up on screen here. Here is Jeff Young. If you guys are not following him yet, go to his profile, follow Jeff Young. He's an amazing guy, based out of Columbus, and he does a great job of sharing LinkedIn tips with everyone. I'm going to click on the More button. Okay, when I click on the More button, the little menu of options comes up. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller so you can see this in larger screen view. Okay, and let's see here. I'm going to hide this so you can see this. Okay, so there's the menu that pops up. Okay, let's let the camera adjust for a second. Maybe I block my face, it might help. There we go. Okay, so now I can see the menu of options. If I scroll underneath here, I should be able to remove connection. Let's see if I can do that. Okay, so now LinkedIn's saying, are you sure you want to do this? Jeff's a good guy. Yeah, I want to do this because I'm testing this out. So I'm going to click on remove connection. Okay. And now I'm just going to refresh my page. What I do on mobile is I might just go back. So I click on that back arrow again, and then I'm going into the search results. I see Jeff's name. I'm going to click on his name again. And then if I pull down on his profile, it will refresh. Now you can see, Jeff, that we are second level connections. Okay. If I click on the More button, let's see the menu of options on More button. I am still following you, Jeff. So let me unfollow you right now. Okay. And then, Jeff, tell me if you can see this, if you're still watching. So I'm going to unfollow you. Okay. I've unfollowed him. I'm going to let this, I need to put this in front of my face so it's not trying to focus on me, I think. Let's do this. Okay. And then I'm just going to refresh on the profile, just refresh by pulling down. It kind of like hits everything again. Now, look at this. I can see on Jeff's profile, I can see the follow button that's showing there. You guys see that? So the follow button is showing on his profile. So Jeff, tell me if this is happening, if this is working right now. So I have disconnected from Jeff. I've unfollowed him. I'm talking for a couple seconds because I'm trying to kind of reset the connection and the data that's working between me and Jeff. Now I'm going to go back, Jeff, and I'm going to click on follow. So I just clicked on the blue follow button, and now you guys see where it says following. So now I am following Jeff on LinkedIn. Okay. So Jeff, if you're still watching, can you tell me, sir, can you go to your connection feed, and can you see Brenda Muller in the background in your feed there? I'm going to refresh my page. Let's see if it happens. Oh, we lost a couple more people. So it looks like a few more of you tried unfollow. Don't unfollow me anymore. If you're still watching this show, don't unfollow me. We're trying to go over to the 50,000 follower point together, but don't unfollow me because I'm dropping now. And now we got to build the list back up again here. So keep following me. If you're already following me right now, keep following me. I'm trying to encourage additional people. So one thing you could do is you could leave the video and then you can click to share it on LinkedIn. And I'm just going to say, are you following me yet? I don't think I'm going to share this, though, because I think it'll interrupt the LinkedIn live stream in terms of the algorithm, so I'm not going to do that. What I might do is maybe I go and share this on Facebook. So I'm going to copy the link to the post. No, I'm already doing this on Facebook. What else could I do? I could go on Twitter. That's the other place I could go. So here, I'm going to go on Twitter right now. You guys are going to come along with me. I'm going to go on Twitter, and encourage people. I'm so close to 50,000 LinkedIn followers. Can you please give me a follow? Gotta correct my typo in here. I think you guys are seeing this on screen, right? And then the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull my LinkedIn URL up in here. I'm going to grab that LinkedIn URL. I'm going to paste it into Twitter. So what I'm doing right now is a social media, kind of manager, as I'm using different techniques of building followers across different platforms. And one is, if you're in the platform, you may have already reached, the folks that are in that platform, but go into another platform. So I'm live streaming on Facebook right now. I know I'm reaching people on Facebook. If I go to my Facebook feed, I could add in a link to the bottom of the feed, encouraging people to click over there as well. So let me show you how I do this process. So I'm going to move this to facebook.com. And I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to go into the feed that I have on Facebook, showing the live video. I'm actually live streaming from Brenda Muller right now. So if I go to my Brenda Muller page on Facebook, that's where I told my husband to go this morning. I said, I'm going on LinkedIn. I'll just say, follow me at, and you might win a free copy of my book. Okay, so I just dropped it in. Are you guys seeing this? I think you should be seeing this. So I put this in my Facebook feed, just posted it. So now I have dropped the link in a couple other places outside of LinkedIn to try to encourage people to come to my platform. And this is a great technique for anyone who is really struggling with building up following on a network. And maybe it's a new network for you. You're still trying to get your word out there. If most of the people that you're connected with are on Facebook and you're just getting started on LinkedIn, go on your Facebook and say, hey, come and follow me on LinkedIn. Let's connect on LinkedIn. It's perfectly okay to intermingle links from different social networks from different places. Okay, let's see where we're at. My network. We're going to keep people I follow. It feels like I'm doing yoga. You do a move, you do a move, you do a move, and then you kind of do a sequencing of all the moves together, right? So right now we're at 49,997. Jeff Young, look at that, my friend. You're in my list here right now. So Jeff is follower number 49,997, sir. Thank you so much for helping out with that process. So Jeff, if you could, in comments, tell us the process that you went through. So Jeff, I think you probably, did you disconnect first and then unfollow me and then go back and follow me? If you could, let me know if you did that. And Jeff, would you want to join me on live right now, Jeff? Let me know if you'd like to, because we could actually talk live instead of doing this in comments. I would love to have you on. I know you've done an impromptu live with me before, sir. So if you're open to doing that, we're so close right now to going on onto 50,000 followers. So would love to cross the threshold with you, my friend. You can celebrate with me on live if you're open to doing so. So we're at 49,997. I know we can get to 3 more people here. We can do this real quick. All right. So far it shows we are not connected. I followed you, but I have not seen my follower account change. Scott says if someone drops in, follows number will remain equal, except a few invites will bring it closer. I think though, Scott, if you drop the connection, you are still following them. So you would need to disconnect and then unfollow and then go back and follow them again. Okay. We're doing this as a celebration, kind of pulling back the screen a little bit on this process and celebrating together as I cross over into 50,000 right now. So Jeff says, no, you disconnected. Oh, you're right, Jeff. I did disconnected from you. Thank you for reminding me. And that allowed me to follow you. So when I disconnected from you, I broke your connection to following me. So that was very interesting. And then you went back and followed me. Oh, okay. So now we've figured this out. So let's see who is still in watching this live right now, because I can help you guys out. Let's see, Scott Boudreau. Scott, you just sent me an invite. I don't think it'll let us. I think I can though, Scott. Let me try to do this. If I go back to Scott's profile right now, Scott, was it Boudreau? There you are, Scott. So Scott, my friend, I am going to disconnect from you, which will remove the follower connection you have from me. I will connect from you again. Don't want you to feel like I'm slighting you by any stretch, but here, I'm going to remove connection. Okay. Now, Scott, I am still following you, but you are no longer following me. So Scott, if you go back to my profile right now, my friend, could you do that and see if you can see the follow button? If you do, then follow me. And let's see if we can see you in the follower count here. Okay, So we're trying to get to 50,000. I'm learning a little bit about LinkedIn, and I'm sharing this information with you guys as we go through the process. And Jeff, I think this is kind of an interesting science experiment, isn't it? Kind of going through and figuring out the logistics of followers on LinkedIn and how that kind of plays in with everything together. And I have noticed that over the past few months, LinkedIn has done a really great job, you guys, of removing a lot of spam accounts on the platform. Thanks, Paula, for watching. Paula, I'm going to try this with you too. As we're waiting for the 50,000 follower, let me refresh again. As we're waiting for the 50,000 follower, I'm kind of vamping a little bit on here as we're going through this. But I have noticed that over the past few months, probably 6 months or so, LinkedIn has been doing a good job of cracking down on spam accounts and removing spam accounts or removing accounts from people who are using LinkedIn inappropriately. We talked about that a little bit earlier in the show. So Paula, I have just removed you as a connection, which also should break that follower point that you have with me. Paula, if you go back to my profile right now, click on the follow button or go to the more button and click on the follow button, because I have just, by disconnecting from you, I have severed that connection, or rather that follow connection that you have to me as well. So go back to my profile, Paula, if you can, and click on the follow button if you see it. If you don't see the follow button, go to the more button and then click on follow, and you should be able to refollow me again. All right, 49,987. I think we went down one. Weren't we at 49,998? I don't know. But I'm trying this with a few of you. Oh, probably because I just removed Paula. So Paula, if you come back in, we should be back up. John Burns, sir, thank you so much for watching. Actually, no, these are people. Sorry, wrong tab, wrong tab. Let's move back over. Follower. So I was in the following. Now I'm in the follower, who is a follower of me. So Jeff is the latest new follower that I have gained, and these are of people that I am not connected with. So if you're still watching the show, leave a comment in StreamYard, and I will disconnect from you, and then you will go back on my profile and follow me, and you will count. So Mark is saying, did my follow count? Technically, it probably did not, Mark, because we are connected. So let me do this. Mark Bent Cover. Am I pronouncing that correctly, Mark? If not, I apologize. Mark Bent Cover. We are not connections. And let's see here. So I am not seeing you in my follow. Are you following me, Mark? So go back to my profile. Make sure that you're clicking on the follow button. Okay. And I'm not seeing you in the list here, Mark. So if you are following me, I don't know, you might try to unfollow and then try to refollow again. Give it about a minute and see if it's coming back in the feed there. Let's see who else is in. And Anna is watching from Farmington Hills. Hey, Anna. So Paula is saying done. So Paula, let's see if this worked. I'm going to refresh the page again. And I want to give a huge shout out to the folks at LinkedIn too, because they did a great job of wiping out all these spam accounts, getting a lot of the inappropriate accounts and people off of LinkedIn. If anybody's watching, if you ever have a person who is using LinkedIn inappropriately, they're trying to solicit money from you, they're trying to ask you out on a date or use LinkedIn romantically, they're being rude, you know, threatening, anything like that, you can, you know, just disconnect from them. For the people who I kind of feel like are violating LinkedIn's terms of service, you know, using it romantically, harassing me, asking me for money, you know, donate to my scam type of thing, I will report them to LinkedIn, and then I will block them on LinkedIn because I don't want to see that negativity. So that is something that you can do. So there's different levels of engaging with people on LinkedIn. You can follow them. By following them, you are able to see the updates that they are posting in your homepage feed. By connecting with them, what happens is you send a connection request to the person. The other person has to accept it. So there's a two-way exchange of information that occurs there. That has to happen where somebody will send the invitation and the other person has to accept it. Once you do that, you are following them, and you also have the ability to message them. So you can do a one-to-one message to them. So let's see, Mark saying yes. Scott is saying it shows unfollow. Okay, Scott, if it shows unfollow, click on unfollow. Give it about 30 seconds to a minute and then click on follow again, okay? Let's see. And then Mark is saying I unfollowed and followed back. So Mark, hopefully you give a little bit of time in there. So LinkedIn kind of registered that process. And let's see if your name is appearing in here. It should, if it worked correctly. I'm not seeing it yet. It's still showing 49,997. I thought this was going to be a quick LinkedIn Live, guys. I thought it was going to be 5 or 10 minutes. We're going on like an hour right now. What does it say on my camera? I don't know. No, it says a time frame, but it's going on a little bit of time. So Scott says, I have the unfollow button as an option. So Scott, click on unfollow. When you unfollow a person, what that means is you'll no longer see that person's updates in your homepage feed. And I kind of put a little asterisk on that because when we follow or connect with someone, we will see some of those people in the homepage feed, and LinkedIn kind of tries to determine who are the people that we interact with most. So if I want to see Jeff Young in my homepage feed and I'm not seeing him there regularly, what I want to do is I want to go to his profile and I might try to interact with it. And in this case, he sent me an invitation request again. Let me see if Jeff did the personalized note. There you go. He put a nice personal note. Let me show you guys this in here. So if I go to my network, you guys can see Jeff. Look at this. Jeff didn't need to do this because Jeff and I know each other. He knows I'm going to accept it, but he still sent me a invitation with a personal note because Jeff knows good LinkedIn etiquette. It's just good, proper form to do that. So I'm going to click on accept. Okay. Now Jeff's already included in my follower account, so it's not going to impact the results here. Cindy Alvarez is watching our show here today, and she says she's pretty enthusiastic about pie. And I'll say happy Thanksgiving. I'm just going to write a note back here. What kind of pie will you be enjoying today? You guys can actually see, I like to send personal messages as I'm accepting new invitations because dialogue is one of the keys of social networking, especially professional networking on the platform. So I'm going to accept her. And let's see if this impacts the follower count as I am accepting the new connections. So people I follow, Jeff shouldn't because Jeff was already in there. Okay. Jeff, my friend, you're still 49,998. So Samuel Jackson, 49,998. So it's not affecting the follower count. This is crazy, you guys. That person must have already been a follower when I accepted her invitation. So Samuel Jackson, we got 2 people left. 2 people left. Follower number 50,000 is earning a free copy of my book, Social Media Pie. I will ship it to you free of charge anywhere in the world. So let's see if we can get there today. If you're not yet following me, go on my profile right now and follow me on LinkedIn. And you could be follower number 50,000. A little bit of additional visibility for you. I'll give you a shout out. I'll pull your profile up on screen. All kinds of good stuff here. All right, so what's going on here, guys? Mark says I unfollowed and followed back. Mark, are we disconnected? Let's see, Mark. Are we disconnected? Mark, bent cover. We are disconnected. So Mark has followed me. Hypothetically, he should appear in the followers list here because we have disconnected. I am not seeing it. So I'm thinking, I'm not sure how this happened, Mark, where you're not appearing. If you are following me, you're not appearing in this followers list. I'm going to try refreshing it because I have noticed it's not instantaneous. It takes a couple seconds. I got more people dropping off, guys. I don't know, 49,996. I may have to try this later on today. Maybe when I get to 49,999, or maybe when I get to 50,000, I'll just come back online because my coffee cup is empty. Look at this. No coffee left in here right now. I'm starting to get a little bit hungry, and this experiment is not going as planned, unfortunately. Was trying to kind of figure this out and figure out, if we could do this live and cross over the 50,000 threshold together, but it's not showing it. Mark saying I have the unfollow button as an option. I don't think it's going to work, unfortunately here, Scott. Jean is saying happy Thanksgiving. My favorite pie is pumpkin. Love the pumpkin pie. Jeff says, Brenda, check to see that you are still following me now that we are reconnected. Oh, good point, Jeff. So now that I have unconnected from Jeff, I do want to make sure that we are, I'm still following and getting his updates. Going to his profile, I see that we're first level. I'm going to click on the more button, and I do see it says unfollow, which means, yes, Jeff, I am in fact following you on LinkedIn. So thank you for that reminder. Paula, let's see. I think I'm just going to accept a couple of connections here, guys, and this will get us to over 50,000. I think I'm going to work around this a little bit. So thank you, Paula, for the invitation. And I'll just say thanks for joining me on live today. Okay, there we go. That should be one. And then let's see here. Linda is a fellow LinkedIn trainer. Happy to connect, Linda. Here's one thing I do, guys. When I connect with people who do the same thing that I do, LinkedIn training, coaching, consulting, speaking, I will message the person and I'll say something like this. And Jeff, I don't know if you remember if I did this with you when we first connected. Would you be open to sharing a LinkedIn profile tip with each other based on what you are seeing on my profile? This is a way I'm always challenging myself to get better at my LinkedIn activities by asking fellow people who do what I do, what would you change about my profile? When you look at my profile, what is it that's jumping out at you? What would you recommend? If I was a client of yours, like what would you recommend? And it's kind of like when you run with somebody else who is a runner, if you're running with somebody who's kind of at the same speed as you, or maybe a little bit faster than you, by running alongside with that person who's a little bit faster than you, you are leveling yourself up to their speed as well. So that's something I do whenever I connect with anybody who specializes in LinkedIn, social media strategy. I will ask them the question and I will say, hey, you want to share profile tips with each other? We'll look at each other's profile. We'll give each other a tip. So we're still at 49,996. This is crazy, you guys. Even though I've accepted new invitations, it's still 49,996. So people must be still unfollowing me. So stop unfollowing me. If you're unfollowing me, stop doing that. I'm going to try to get us over here. And I'm going to try to go into the invitations, accept these, and see if this impacts the count, because then it might be the person who is the last follower who gets to be the 50,000th follower. Let's see. I'm going to accept Mark's invitation, and I'll say, thanks for participating today, Mark. I like using the person's first name whenever I'm messaging them and sending them an invitation. The sound of your name and seeing the sight of your name in a message, I think it's like just the best thing. It shows that there's some personalization that went in there. So we're still 49,996. Kate O'Hara, if I can get us to 50,000, my friend, Kate, you may be the winner of the book. I'm trying to get us to 50,000 by understanding how this is working in between the people that I'm accepting as connections and the people that are just following me. So I'm not seeing any other personalized invitations in here right now. I certainly could accept some of these that are pending in my pending list to get me to the 50,000, but I try to like to do this, or prefer to, I should say, to do this by following the people that are following and watching the show to get you guys to be into that number. Since I'm not seeing that, I've already tried posting it on Facebook, right? And I posted it on Twitter. So what else could I do? Being on LinkedIn Live is certainly a way to gain new followers. So if there's anybody who's watching the show right now, if you're not connected with me, go to my profile. If you're watching the show on your laptop, pull up your phone, go to your phone, type in Brenda Meller, M-E-L-L-E-R, and go and click on the follow button. Now I'm going to show you my profile up on screen here, guys. Yes, I do look just a little bit different than my photo. Look at my photo. Look at me. This is me. This is my photo, right? This in my photo, that is me. Let's see. I had my hair done that day, my makeup done, beautiful lighting in the background. Can I pull it a little bit larger just so we can see the difference there with real versus stage Brenda? Let's see if I can pull it. Now that's not going to make it. I think this will be about the best angle, but let me try to make it a little bit larger. I think that'll work, right? Okay, so this is professionally done Brenda, right? And this is real Brenda right here. So professionally done Brenda, hair was done. I think I curled it that day, had my makeup, got my bright lipstick on, beautiful lighting, wonderful photographer. Shout out to Scott Lawrence, who does headshot photography in Metro Detroit. I think he did a light retouching of photography after. I think I had like a blemish somewhere. I had a pimple on my face someplace that day, and he airbrushed it out. So thank you, Scott. You did work wonders on that. But I still kind of there should be some element, maybe my smile, right? It looks similar to the smile that you're seeing over there. Your profile photo should look like you. If your photo doesn't look like anything like you at all, it's probably because it was 10 or 15 or 20 years ago, right? It was, maybe the lighting wasn't that good. You should look like yourself. And I like to recommend a new headshot photo at minimum within 5 years. So if it's been more than 5 years, you should get a new headshot photo. We all age, and age is a gift that you are given. It is denied to so many. So when you think about it that way, I don't mind getting older. I don't mind getting, the little laugh lines and the wrinkles on my forehead, because this means I'm still on this earth, you guys. And the smile lines that I get and these little creases I get on the side of my eyes, that means because I've been smiling and laughing a lot. Those are things that I'm so proud of. I won't ever have any work done. I think, you know, being who you are authentically, naturally is the best way to go. So that's me. That's me in all my glory in my professional Brenda Meller headshot photography. And this is me today, Brenda Meller, without all the fancy stuff done. All right, so let's go back. Trying to get to 50,000 followers today. I was there before we started today. That's the irony. Who in their right mind would go from 50,006 followers and say, unfollow me on LinkedIn so that we can build that back up to 50,000 again, and you guys can celebrate with me. Only this person right here. No other person in the world is going to do that, right? Because once you get to 50,000, you want to move on to the next threshold. But for me, I actually, I want to celebrate this with you guys. So I had you guys unfollow me. If you are just watching this show, if you're not yet following me, I want you to pull my profile up on your phone. And especially if you're watching this show on your laptop, go on your phone and then type in the search bar at the top, type in Brenda Meller. I'm doing that right now, Brenda Meller. Okay. And then when you go to my profile, you are going to see there's some buttons next to my profile name. Now I don't see these because this is me looking at my own profile. But if I was looking at somebody else's profile, there'd probably be like a blue follow button. So if you are not yet connected with me, click on that blue follow button. Okay. You may be follower number 50,000. I know there are people that are watching this live right now that are not yet following me. If you're just joining, go in there and then follow me if you could. All right, let's see what other conversations are coming into chat here. And Scott, don't worry about it. These messages don't work in real time. When you send me a message on StreamYard, you're about 30 seconds to a minute behind me. So that's why there's a little bit of a lag in that conversation. Mark, I did accept your connection request. Happy Thanksgiving to you, sir. Thank you so much for participating. Jeff, yep, cool. We are all in good shape, my friend. Thank you so much for helping with this and for reminding me to follow you and make sure that I am following you. Jean, you are you did unfollow and followed again. Yes, that did help, Jean. You are right now. You are sitting at 49,995 if I do the math, because you're one behind the person in front of you. Mark sent a connection request, but on the phone. Yes, Mark, it actually does give you the opportunity to add a personalized note from your phone. Let me show you how to do this. So I'm going to go in my phone right now, and I'm just going to type in, let's see, somebody who is watching I'm not yet connected with. I'm just going to type in the word Mark and find somebody who is a second level connection. Haha. Okay, this is going to be funny, you guys. Ready for this? This isn't actually going to do anything because he's got 6.3 million followers, but I'll show you the technique. And let me remove this from the screen so you can see this a little bit larger. So this guy right here, Mark Cuban. Do you guys know Mark Cuban? Whoops, I put a comment up on screen there. Let me try that again. So Mark Cuban, I am not yet connected with Mark. Let me see if it'll zoom in here. It says second level next to his name here on my phone. And I see there's a more button. It's a little bit blurry. I'm trying to figure out how to get this a little bit more clear. I think the camera's trying to adjust, but it keeps seeing my fingers in the background here. So at any rate, it says the more button. It's a little bit blurry, but you can see that if I click on the more button, I will see a menu of options, one of which, let's let this zoom in here. It says Personalize Invite. Do you see that? So Personalize Invite is one of the options. I really, there's a very, very low chance Mark Cuban is going to accept my invitation, but I'm going to show you guys this technique. So I have clicked on Personalize Invite. Now this is from mobile, so you can do this with anybody. Click on the more button. You always want to click on the more button for mobile. Then there's an option that says Personalize Invite. Now it can say include a message to Mark. And I'm going to say, put a message in here. And I'm going to say, I always put hi first name. I've been following and you on LinkedIn. So I'm kind of giving him some context. You know, and I'm not saying I want to sell you anything. I'm not saying here's my resume if I want a job from him, anything like that. I'm just kind of giving some context. What is the relationship I have with his profile, my profile, LinkedIn. So I've been following you on LinkedIn. I also feature you in my LinkedIn, whoops, typo, LinkedIn rock stars. I'm typing an invitation right now. That's what I'm doing on my phone. If you guys are just joining. List the 100K plus version. Let's connect on LinkedIn. Follower. And then I'm just going to type this in, and then I'm going to hold my phone up just to show you guys what I do. So this is the formula I like to follow when I'm sending out personalized invitations. I do this. I do not use automated services. I do not recommend automated services because they are a violation of LinkedIn's terms of service. They could get you thrown into LinkedIn jail and banned from LinkedIn. So don't use personalized notes. I always type these things in. Sometimes I use the voice feature. But I'm saying hi, first name, and then have we met or not. If we haven't met, I'm giving them some context to what I know about them. I've read something from their profile. And here I'm telling Mark, I'm following you, and I feature in my LinkedIn Rockstars list, the 100,000 plus follower version. And then I ask for the invitation, let's connect on LinkedIn. So you can do this with any person on LinkedIn. I'm going to click on, let's see if I can click on the button here. Let's connect on LinkedIn. It's going to fire it off. So let's keep our fingers crossed. Mark Cuban might accept my invitation. Might, right? Hey, if you don't ask, the answer is always no. So you never know when these might reveal a connection. So if you happen to have sent an invitation off and it did not include a personalized note, let's see if I'm going to refresh my page again here, guys, because if we can get to 50,000, I can go eat breakfast. I'm getting kind of hungry. It's noon here now. 49,996. We're not there yet, so I'm going to keep going. All right, so if you send an invitation and it did not include a personalized note, what you can do is sometimes you can use your in-mail credits to send them a message after the fact. What I will do is sometimes they'll let us message the person. So if you click on your My Network at the top, and then you click on your pending invitations. I'm doing this from the desktop, not from the mobile, but I click on my pending invitations and then I click on sent. Sometimes you'll see, it used to show like a message button underneath the person. If you don't, what you could do is click to go to their profile. If you have any in-mail credits, those are the credits that LinkedIn gives you, you can send them a message. And then here, it's actually, I'm using Sales Navigator. So it's popping me over to Sales Navigator where I can message the person. But in the average person, if you have some in-mail credits, you can still send them a message and you could say, hi, Tony, I accidentally hit send without including a personal note. Let's connect on LinkedIn. So that's how you'd get there. Okay. All right. Stomach is grumbling. Coffee is empty. Follower count is 49,996. You guys, we got to get there. This is crazy. Have been live for more than an hour so far. And I'm still not at the 50,000. So I don't know if I jinxed myself with doing this little experiment or not, but all right, let's try this. I'm going to go back to my pending invitations and just look and see a few of the folks that are sending me invitations on here. Mike is looking a little bit, not quite sure if this is somebody's profile that I want to accept. Mike's got a selfie, showing his tats, which, hey, that's cool for Facebook, in my opinion. For a professional networking site, I'm not quite sure. You got to think about your headshot photo and how it helps to represent who you are as a professional and who you wish to connect with. Now, Mike, for me, I'm not sure if this is the right message. It's making me question if this is a legitimate account or a spam account. If I wanted to kind of poke around a little bit on your profile, I can kind of try to determine that. So first thing I'm noticing is, Mike, you only have 143 connections. And you're reaching out to me, Brenda Meller. You're in California. I'm in Michigan. I have no idea why you are reaching out to me other than you're a book author. Maybe you've seen that I am publishing a book. So I'm reading through his about statement a little bit on here. I'm going under see all to look at, what he's been posting on LinkedIn. And so Stephanie is talking about the fact that Mike has published a book and he is thanked her for that. So it looks like Mike's a real person. And sometimes I look at things like this, cartoons, you're so out of your league. I'm like super popular. So isn't that like being rich on Monopoly? And I kind of see this guy, the woman's got the, I don't know. It just, that to me is like striking a little bit off. And sometimes you see the comments and things like that, and the guys are only liking photos of beautiful women and they're saying you're beautiful and things like that. And that immediately is like, for me, I don't want to connect with you on LinkedIn if that's who you're looking to connect with. So, I don't know, this person, I don't know, Mike, I'm not quite sure if I'm going to accept this invitation or not. I might just message this person and do a little bit more screening. I'm going to look at Seema next. Seema is in Singapore. Now, Seema, I typically, right now, I'm kind of focused on growing my followers here in the United States because that's where my target audience resides. I do most of my LinkedIn coaching in the US here. And you're also limited to 30,000 connections on LinkedIn. Right now, I've got 16,000, so I'm being very selective in the second half of this 15,000 count that I have. Up to the first 15,000, I was pretty much openly accepting a lot of the invitations. the next 15,000, I'm being very selective because I want to make sure that they are in the United States. So as I look through profiles, I'm looking for people. Bio is in Ghana. Again, not in my ideal target audience area. So I'll probably message this person back and I'll ask Bio to follow me instead. Let's see, Michael Corrigan. He is in Littleton, Colorado. 500 plus connections. This is all looking very legit. Experienced financial officer, CFO. So it looks like this is a legitimate connection request. Now, I do actually have some templates that I use as I'm screening in invitations, and I use these as kind of like thought starters. So as connection requests are coming in, I have kind of 3 categories that I will use, and this one would fall under the last category. And depending on what the person is saying to me in their invitation request, if anything, as well as what I'm seeing on their profile, I'm going to vary up what I message back to them. So in the case of Michael Corrigan, I'm going to click on message. And before I accept it, I'm going to type in, hi, Michael, his first name. Actually, I'm going to click my paste because I already copied it. Happy to connect, Michael. I'm going to add in his name. So this is a semi-templated. I am manually doing this. I do not use any automation tools. And I'm saying happy to connect. And then I'm going to tell him, please consider following my LinkedIn company page for additional LinkedIn strategy tips. And then check out my upcoming webinars. Maybe there's something in here he might be interested in learning more about me. So I'm going to send that off to him. I am going to accept his invitation request. Give it about 30 seconds. I'm going to come back and see if I can get my follower count to 50,000 because he should be a follower now that I have accepted it. I'm going to do the same process with Candace. Now, Candace is in my backyard here. She is in the Detroit metropolitan area. This picture is not Detroit metropolitan. I don't think. It's looking more like an island and an ocean. I don't think there's any places in Michigan that look like that. I could be wrong, though, because it could be freshwater. I'm not really sure. But Candace is in Metro Detroit. She's in my field, social media, communications, marketing, public relations. So I'm going to accept her invitation to connect with me. And then if I refresh on her profile right now, what this will do is now it will allow me to message, and I can see she's a first level connection. I can now message her, and I'm going to message her that same information. And I'm just going to say, happy to connect. I'm going to fill in her first name. Using my semi-templated response, I'm still including some information in here, and then I'm going to send that to her. That should be 2 more followers, guys. So we should be getting there. I'm going through these right now to kind of get here. Okay. So I'm going to go back under people who've sent me invitation requests. Tamika is in the United States. She's got a really cool picture. I think that's the Brooklyn Bridge in the background there. I think so because her area reads Brooklyn, New York. Okay. And I can see we have a lot of common connections. Jennifer Darling, who's also one of the LinkedIn rock stars. She's in the list there too. So I'm going to accept that. Same technique here. I'm going to refresh her page, message it, and happy to connect. Okay, and then I'll send this off. Okay, I'm going to click on my network. I'm going to click on people I follow. Fingers crossed. 49,998. It may have crossed over, but let's try 2 more people. So I'm going to go into 49,998. Rajiv, you are follower number 49,998 as of this point. Let's see if there is anyone else in this list I could accept connection requests from. This one was a little bit interesting. So I saw this person, Joseph, who says, I was doing research on LinkedIn. Your profile came up as the #1 search result. Sounds intriguing, right? I would love to be part of, and then it kind of sounds templated. I would love to have you as part of my expanding network of professionals. If you're open to that, let's connect. And I replied to Joseph, and I'm just trying to make sure this isn't an automated invitation. And I'm trying to get him talking to me because he may have sent this out to 50 people. And it's a little bit of an ego stroke thing. If you were to message someone and say this, they might be like, wow, I came up at #1. That's awesome. So I am messaging him and I'm saying, that's awesome. What terms were you searching for? I have not yet accepted this invitation request because I'm trying to make sure this is not templated. This is a real person. This is not an automated service. I don't connect with bots. I want to connect with real people. And I want to make sure that my connections are all legitimate. This was another one recently. Mohi might be a real person and that this may be templated. So it just sounded a little suspicious to me. It sounded like he could almost cut and paste my first name with anybody else's first name. I absolutely love your energy, amazing skills you've got, legit love it, especially your focus on business, straight magic. And there's a typo in here that may have been intentional or non-intentional, I don't know. but it's a little bit of a looser personalized invitation, if you will. It's not feeling quite tight and professional to me, and it's feeling a little bit spammy. It's almost feeling a little bit like templated. So I messaged back, and this is what I do now with these spam messages. I just message back and I say test, okay? And if it's a spam account, they won't ever reply back. If they're using automated services, they won't ever reply back. He replied and says, I didn't get you, Brenda. So not understanding what I'm saying. So now I've got a real person talk to me. And I said, your message looks spammy and templated. I was checking to see if you're a real person. And he says, haha, got you. Don't worry, I'm a real person. You are so kind. I would like to appreciate your work too, especially in these uncertain times, helping people unlock power on LinkedIn. People need a coach like you who can show everyone the right path. But then he goes into, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate 2020 from a business standpoint? Now I feel like I'm being sold to. It's almost like when you get the financial planners that will message you on LinkedIn and they'll say, how confident are you feeling about retirement? Like, I don't want to answer that question because I feel like you're going to sell me retirement services next. So I don't really know you yet. So let's think about what questions are appropriate for a person you just met. You just met, right? And that to me feels a little bit like you're asking me to reveal a lot about myself and my business, and I've just met you. I've not even accepted a connection request yet. So in this case, I have not yet accepted it. All right, let's see who else we got in here. We're at 49,998. We're well over the hour. I'm trying to find my ticker to see. I go into StreamYard. Is it saying it here? It does not say it. And I don't know if it says the time I joined here. Let's see who's commenting. Let's see here. What comments? If you guys are just joining, tell me what kind of pie you're enjoying today. Jean is enjoying pumpkin. Very cool. Love your message post. Awesome, Mark. I am so happy to hear that. Start at oldest request. Some will be following, some won't. Then, so Mark or Scott, you're saying start at oldest first. I don't know what you're talking about, Scott. So if I go to followers, I don't see a filter in here. It's not showing me oldest first. I don't see any sort of criteria here. It's just saying follow fresh perspectives, the number I am following, and then the number that are following me. There's not a filter that I'm aware of where you can see oldest followers. My understanding is these come in here in the order in which they followed you. So these people that are lower in the list followed me a couple days ago leading up to today. And the people that are following me today, it says people who most recently followed you, okay? So these are new follows that have come in, or in Jeff's case, people who were following me before disconnected and then are refollowing me again. We're still at 49,988. We got 2 to go. Jeff is saying, make sure you look at full profile and mobile and then click on more. You will see Personalize Invite. Excellent reminder, Jeff. Thank you so much. Okay, that was about 12 minutes ago. Hannah, congrats. Hannah, I'm 2 people away. So I came in today at 50,006 followers, and I asked if 7 people could unfollow me and then refollow me. And then we got into a little bit of a spiral. I think too many people unfollowed, and we're trying to build it back up. So we're trying to get to 50,000. Thanks, Jeff, for watching. Enjoy your Thanksgiving as well, my friend. I'll have some apple pie later, and we'll see what else we'll have over the next couple days. Mark, you have not shown up as a follower. So I don't know. I'm not sure if the process didn't work here or what happened, but no, you did not. Tisha, happy Thanksgiving to you, my friend. Near 50,000. We started at over 50,000 and then it dropped off. So we're trying to build that back up right now. And just trying to right now, if anyone who is not connected with me yet can follow me, you can be follower number 50,000 and you can earn a free copy of my book. Russ Johns is watching us on YouTube. You see this guy? So on StreamYard, it actually will show the icon of the network that they're watching from. So Tisha Hammond had the in-network icon. That meant her comment was left on LinkedIn. Russ is showing the YouTube icon, showing that he was following on YouTube. And my husband's yelling because I think a neighbor's leaf blowing right now in the background. Amy, hey, Amy, how are you doing? Happy Thanksgiving to you, Amy. What kind of pie are you enjoying today? Russ Johns, pumpkin pie, 111%, my friend. Are you homemade pie? Is it a store-bought pie? Is it a semi-homemade pie where it's canned pumpkin? I love homemade pumpkin. If you have never made a homemade pie with homemade filling, you have to do this. So you buy one of those pie pumpkins at the store, bake it for about an hour. It gets really soft, and then you scoop all the stuff out, let it cool off, and then you mix it up with like egg and milk, or it might be condensed milk or some other things, some sugar, brown sugar. There's pumpkin pie spice, not just for lattes, for pumpkin pies too. Mix it all up. And then a lot of times we'll just use a store-bought crust because I'm okay with that. But the homemade filling makes it taste so much better. It's so good. Jeff Young is awesome. I completely agree with you, Ross. And Scott is saying 1 hour, 36 minutes. Oh my goodness gracious. I was going to be doing a 10-minute live today. And here we are. Here we are. You guys are spending your middle of your Thanksgiving day with me. $49,999, you guys. Woohoo! Look at this. Look at this. We're so close. We are this close. We are this close. Let me pull it up a little bit larger so you can see. So Ralph, you almost got that free book, my friend. You were like one person away. Looking for one more person, follower number 50,000. We're going to do this, you guys. I'm going to refresh it. It's going to happen. I'm going to visualize 50,000 right now. Let's visualize 50,000. And let me think about this journey to 50,000. This was a long journey. There's a way you can look up to see the date that you joined LinkedIn. I think for me, it was in November of 2006. I don't remember the exact date. I don't know if we can find that anymore. It used to be when you went to your me icon, you went into settings and privacy, it would show you when you joined LinkedIn. I don't know if it shows it anywhere anymore. I go into, I don't even know if it's anywhere in premium. Let's see if it's in premium. Let's see, subscriptions and payments, view purchase history. Let me just Google this. When did I join LinkedIn? Let's see if I can find a link. This no longer exists, I don't think, though. So this link was from LinkedIn recently changed their navigation. So I'm not sure if Ian Anderson Gray's tip is going to actually be accurate. When did I join Google+? When did I join LinkedIn? Let's see. All you need to do is log in, go to your settings page. No, this is old. This is not allowing you to do that anymore. When did I join LinkedIn? Find out. This link was from 2017. It's no longer valid because they changed the navigation. Can you tell when a person joined LinkedIn? When did you join LinkedIn? These are all old links in here. So I'm trying to find if there's a recent date. When did I join LinkedIn? I'm pretty sure it was November of 2006. Wouldn't it be cool if it was November 26? Because then I'd be celebrating 14 years and 50,000 followers. I don't know. It's not on your privacy and settings. My neighbor's leaf blowing, and I hear my husband and people yelling in the background right now. So let's see. If I go to view profile, it's not in here. If I scroll, it's not in here anywhere. It used to be under settings and privacy. Let's see here. If I go under each of the tabs in here, I'm just trying to buy some time. So I'm trying to get to that 50,000 followers. So if you're not following me, go on my profile, follow me right now. You'll earn a free copy of my book. If you appear in my follower account up on screen, you will earn a free copy of my book if you are follower number 50,000. I'm just going through each of the options. I don't see any in here. Partners and services. Let's see if I go here. Sometimes I like to think about where else might they put it. Close. I don't want to close my account. Definitely don't want to close my account. Sign in and security. Let's see, visibility. I don't think it's in here anymore. I think they've removed it. I'll have to ask around to my LinkedIn trainer community and see if anybody is aware. Where are they showing us the date that we joined LinkedIn? I don't think it's anywhere anymore. I think they removed it. All right, so let's go back to LinkedIn. Let's go back to LinkedIn, shall we? Okay, drum roll, please. We did this before, and then I dropped by 4 followers. I'm a little nervous now. People like, follow, $49,999. All right, if you're just watching, go on my profile right now. Follow me if you can. If you're a follower number 50,000, if you show up in my follower list as follower number 50,000, you will earn a free copy of my social media pie LinkedIn strategy book, and you will earn the rights of being follower number 50,000. I am stumped on where to look up when I joined LinkedIn. Here's one thing I'm going to do. I'm going to do this in the background a little bit because I have a slide deck that I've been building over the years. And I would always reference in that slide deck, some kind of fun facts and information, things like that. So I'm going to just go back and see if I can find it in the slide deck where I did a screen capture of this. And while we're waiting, if you are just joining, I am trying to celebrate 50,000 followers with all of you and showing that live here on LinkedIn. Let's see here. I'm going to an old slide deck to see if I can find a reference point of when did I join LinkedIn. And this used to be, let's see here, settings and privacy. I don't see it in here. I'm trying to do this in the background so you guys aren't seeing what I'm looking at, because I'm looking at some of my client decks and things like that. And I want to be respectful of my clients. You know, not all of them like to know or like to broadcast the fact that they have worked with me. So I'm trying to be respectful of that process, looking at some things in the background. So it's not in there. Let me look in one other place. And while I'm doing that, waiting to see if we're getting to 50,000 followers yet. And I'm going to navigate back over to StreamYard. I'll just share my screen here again so you guys can see the Chrome tab. I think here, if I go to notifications, my network, you're only going to see this as I'm going $49,999. This is killing me, you guys. We're so close. We're like this close right now. All right, so I'm still trying to pull up a reference point in the presentation here to show you guys when I joined LinkedIn, and I don't think it's available anymore, but I think it's something that you can look up. You could have looked up in the past. I did some screenshots along the way, and trying to find one where I can show when I joined LinkedIn. Let's see here. Yeah, a lot of these old screen captures, I think I started not showing it anymore. So I know I have it in here somewhere. Let's see. I'm looking under the old settings and privacy. Nope, it's not there. You need to go back further even. Let's see here. I will stop live at some point today, guys, because I need to go eat breakfast and get some more coffee, but not yet. Let's see here. This is a deck from 2019. Let's see if it's in here. Nope, it's not in here. Okay, that's not it. I'm trying to figure out if there's a way you can see your follower, whether your date when you first joined LinkedIn. If you're watching, if you're aware of a way to do that, let me know. All right, is it in your SSI data? Thank you, Russ. Let's try that. So refresh, see if we're at 50,000 yet. Okay, let's do this. So this is how I get to the LinkedIn SSI. I created a page on my website because it's kind of tricky to get to it from within LinkedIn. And I'm not even sure if you can get to it from Sales Navigator. Maybe you can, but I just find this is the easier way. So I go to my LinkedIn as, let me just put this into the comments right now. I'll put this in as a banner. If you guys want to look up your SSI score, hey, we can share our scores with each other right now. So go to this link, mellermarketing.com/my-LinkedIn-SSI. And then when you get to the page, click on that blue button, the teal blue button that says see your SSI. And then it redirects you to the page on LinkedIn where you can look up your social selling index. So this is a score of 0 to 100. It's an index. So by definition, that means everybody will fall in 0 to 100. 50 is average. It's kind of like when I go to the pediatrician and they say your child is in the 50th percentile for height and weight. That means that you are average for the population. And I'm like, okay, that's a cool thing. So I'm looking in Sales Navigator. I see my score 87. Anything above 50, it means you're doing a little better. Anything below 50, it means you're lower than half of the population. And they break it into 4 categories. You can earn up to 25 points per category. Usually I'm at 24 to 25 for the first one, establishing a professional brand. The second number is finding the right people. That means connecting with the right people on LinkedIn. Engaging with insights, that has to do with conversations and also threads that are getting a lot of activity on LinkedIn. And then building relationships, and that has to do with kind of dialogue and you know the fact that you're keeping your connections. So over time, it kind of shows you there used to be a trend line. I think they removed it from here, but you can kind of look and see within your network team, it's just me at Meller Marketing. So I'm number one out of all of us here at Meller Marketing. In my industry, which I have denoted as marketing and advertising, I'm in the top 1%. Within my network, I am in the top 1% as well. So all of the 16,000 connections I have, I'm in the top 1% is what that is showing. Now, it's saying people in your team have an average SSI of 87 because it's just me, right? Sales professionals in marketing and advertising have an average SSI of 27, which is shocking to me. 27 out of 100, it's saying I'm in the top 1% of people who are in the sales role in marketing and advertising. People in my network have an average SSI of 48. So if I take all 16,000 people in my network, the average SSI score is 48. It's showing me as 87, so I'm in the top 1%. I'm not seeing anything in here, Russ, that shows when I joined LinkedIn, and I'm just clicking through in the navigation to see. Let's see. I'm going to click on my name here. User agreement, privacy policy. I don't think it's anywhere in here. Settings. This is Sales Navigator settings, I believe. Ooh, let's see. So this is when my payments are coming through. Manage your LinkedIn settings. Russ, I'm not seeing it in here anywhere. Let's filter searches. I don't want to do that. You guys hear my neighbor with the leaf blower out there right now? Am I crazy? Let's go back into settings here. Profile, sales preferences, email, alert. I'm not seeing anything in here, Russ. Are you aware of something in there? Oh, you guys aren't even seeing this right now. Sorry. Let's go back into here and go back and load this page in. Didn't even realize it wasn't showing the whole time. So let's start over here. Go back to my LinkedIn SSI. I'm going to do this over for you one more time. I'm going to click on see your SSI. It opened up in a whole other page. So I'm going to have to navigate and put the page back in here again. I'm going to click on get your score free. Okay. And now you see the numbers I was talking about earlier. And then let's see here. I'm going to go back to LinkedIn because I hear some yelling in the other room right now. I'm not sure what's going on. So let me go back to LinkedIn. Click on Brenda Meller. And then let me go back to my network. Let's keep our fingers crossed so we can close this off. $49,999, you guys. It's crazy. All right. I think I'm going to have to end the stream because I've got to get to my family and go to Thanksgiving. I'm so bummed because we were like this close to getting there together. I should have probably just stayed there a little bit earlier today. But at any rate, I want to thank anyone who has been hanging out the full time with me here today. The goal was to celebrate crossing over into 50,000 together. And I'm going to load the page back in here so you guys can see. It's still showing $49,999. So I don't know, maybe I jinxed myself by asking some of you to unfollow me and that affected the number in there. But at any rate, it's still showing $49,999. I've been live for an hour and a half. I meant to be live for 10 minutes. So I'm going to end the broadcast right now. Hopefully you've learned some new techniques along the way. Those of you who have watched, hopefully you have enjoyed watching the session here today. Thank you all so much, Russ. And yeah, I appreciate you trying to, I don't know, Russ, they removed some things from Sales Navigator, and I'm not sure what happened there. So I don't know if there's a way you can still look up the number. Maybe Bob knows. Bob McIntosh, do you know if there's a way you can look up when you joined LinkedIn? It used to be under privacy and settings, and they removed it. Mark, you will have to buy the book. And while we're talking about that, I'm just going to drop the link in here. If anyone is interested, as soon as I know when my pre-sale will start happening, I will be sharing that with anybody who has subscribed to this list. So if you go to mellermarketing.com, social media pie the book, I will definitely let you guys know when the pre-sale opens. So that's it. Let's try one more time. Oh, I need to crack my back here. Oh, $49,999. All right, guys, I don't know who it's going to be. So later on today, I will probably post on LinkedIn and I will look at the follower count and I will have to kind of figure out whoever is the next follower after Ralph is going to win a free copy of my book. Thank you all so much. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you for watching, for trying to be a part of this fun experiment here today. I hope everybody has some great pie on Thanksgiving. and that you think of me when you're eating your pie at Thanksgiving today. Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you on live again later and sometime soon. Take care. Bye-bye.